B'Shem Hashem, Rich and Abraham, we'll call it Tzaddikim. Wow, I missed you guys. Well, we should learn every day or 3 times a day, no?
Fine.
Okay. So we're holding in the Chai Tsfat 18 minutes of inspiration from Tsfat, Pashat Vayishlach. We're going to deal with the activity of selecting boirer, like the big zach over here. The biggest thing over here is we should not take the waste when we eat or when we choose, for example, dishes. If you have like utensils, forks and knives and spoons mixed together, you should only pull out the good, what you want to use for now, for the, let's say, for if you have a meal and you need the utensils, you should take only what you need for the meal, because you're not supposed to push away the waste. And even a fork, even a knife that you're not going to use for Shabbos meal is considered to be waste compared to the spoon that you do need it for now. So it comes more noticed when we eat fish on Shabbat. People eat fish. Let's say it's not gefilte fish, and it's fish with bones. So the regular way is to take off when we eat. We take the fork and we push off the bones, and we take the food. But on Shabbos, we're not supposed to push to deal with the waste. So what we have to do, if there's a piece of fish with bones mixed with flesh of the fish, we take the whole piece into our mouth and we take out the bones. It's like the concept of Shabbos is not to deal with the waste. So only we have to take the good from the bad. We're going to discuss that, how it applies to everyday's life. We have to only concentrate on the good, not look at the bad. And that's what Boirer selecting is teaching us through our life. So the prohibition is to do it with a vessel, with special vessel. For example, when we want to peel a cucumber, or there's a peeler, there's like instrument, you take and you use it to take out the waste, which is the peel of the cucumber. On Shabbos, we should never use that instrument, because it is a specific instrument for separating the waste from the food. Therefore, a peeler is a muktzah on Shabbos. We should use only a knife, because this is not the way we usually do it in the weekdays. So we do it on Shabbos only with a knife. Again, so if we peel, so we should say, why would you should tell me what about an orange? What about a banana? You have to deal with the waste, but with the shell, with the peel of the orange or the peel of the banana. But that's the way to eat it. You cannot get into the food without separating the peel. So that is allowed to do. When you have a branch like grapes, like this nice little grapes on the branch. I'm not sure how it's called. The eshkol.
Bunch.
Cluster.
Cluster.
Okay. Yeah, cluster. So there are some good grapes and some rotten grapes. We should never take away the bad ones. We should only take the good ones from that branch, from that moisture, and leave the bad grapes, the rotten grapes, on it, and then just get rid of it. If you have an apple that some of it is rot, so what you should, if you want to cut it out, you can't cut the waste. So you want to cut a little bit more with a piece of good apple. So that is this is the way we're allowed to do. Another example: if we have a fly on a cup of tea, so that's a cup of tea, and the fly is in the cup. We have to just pour a little bit from the tea with the fly away. Or the Ger Rebbe brings out a beautiful idea. You take a spoon and you put the spoon into the teacup where you have that fly, and then when you got it on inside the cup, you just push away the cup from the fly. And again, now you've left with a fly in your spoon. Just throw it away. But again, you took the food from the spoon. Yeah, that's the cup. We don't deal with the bad things on Shabbat. If we have another two last examples. If you have like a mosquito in the yogurt, so again you have to take a spoon with yogurt and throw them both to the bin. Now, something very interesting for those who make tea with a tea bag. But usually we make sense before Shabbat, so we wouldn't have to deal with cooking the tea on Shabbat. But there is an option to use the third vessel, to take water from the urn to a cup. And from this cup, it's called a second vessel already. You put that cup to another cup, and that's a third vessel. And then you're allowed to put the bag. But when you take the tea bag out of the tea bag is like a sieve. It's like a bag, and which contains the tea leaves, and now it has water. So when you take the tea bag out of the teacup, and you let the water drip into the tea, you're actually creating a separating between the tea which you don't need and the water which you do need. That's a borer. This is selecting with a sieve, with an instrument, with a kli. The tea bag becomes a kli, a vessel, to separate the water from the tea leaves. So this is the classical borer, the classical selecting, which we don't want to do. Okay, good. Yeah, we're learning halacha. It's a Gan Eden. Listen, guys, we're
We should
living in
leave
Gan
the tea
Eden.
bag in the cup.
Huh?
We should leave the tea bag in the cup.
No, you should take that. Thank you, Yossi. We should take the tea out with a spoon and just get rid of the tea bag. We don't use that. We don't do that activity of taking the tea bag. We just take it and throw it. Then we're good with the way of not using the sieve, the tea bag as a sieve, as a filter to get the water. So regarding selecting, humans are very much attracted to see the bad points. That's how we're made. I don't know. It happens to us when we see a colleague which we might get jealous with, or our wives, our husbands, our children, our parents, our job. Everything is like we got the authority to be inspectors of the world. We inspect the world, right? What's right, what's wrong, it's for us to see. Lama, what for? What's the case? I always thought that because humans are made of flesh, a body, and a soul. Body is created from the ground, from earth. The earth represents sadness, laziness, depression. Therefore, it's dust. It pulls down to that negative points. The neshama, the spirit, is from above, from Shamayim. It always pulls to where it came from, to the holiness, to the kedusha, to simcha, to be awake, to Torah, to Hashem. So it's always a conflict between the body, which is a earth-oriented, and the soul, which is a heavenly-oriented. Therefore, the body also attracts to negative. So our work is very important to try to look only at the good points that people have. We're not allowed to be boirer, to take the waste, to look at the waste and to concentrate on the waste that people have. We all have waste. We all have schmutz. So do we walk around in life that we look only how bad we just walk around thinking how bad we are, how bad my friend is, how negative everything is? We could, because the world is full of it. But we don't do that. The work is to do the opposite, to force, force ourselves to only take the good points. And Reb Nachman, this is book Likutei Moharan, Heiliger book. Reb Nachman give us a beautiful mashal over here. How to get chizuk in this beautiful and specific work that we want to do. So the job here, Reb Nachman is on teaching number 6. Actually, towards the end of the teaching, the first volume of Likutei Moharan, teaching number 6, the last paragraph of that teaching number 6. He says as follows, after a few lines over here. Rabbeinu gives a parable, a mashal, a story about a person who found his friend making a crown. He's a jewel craft, and he makes a crown. So he asked him, for who this crown is made? Who are you making it for? So the guy said, I'm making this crown for the king. Oh, if you're making the crown for the king, make sure that every precious stone that you find, put it in the crown. It's a crown for the king. Take the best of the best, put it in the crown, and give it to the king. So Reb Nachman tells us every Jew is a crown. And every Jew is a potential to be a crown for the king. Because Hashem looks at us, we are full of good things, full of the best, and Hashem takes us, we are giving ourselves to the king, to Hashem. And if we are a crown, and the crown is given to the king, we have to see every precious stone, every good point, every good thing which we found, just put it in the crown. Dot it. So you have to put in that crown, and you are the crown. You have to put in your crown to look all kind of precious stones, to try to look and to find and to seek a point of merit, a good side, a good value, a good gem that we can find in Klal Yisrael. Because not only me, I'm a crown to the king. My friend is also a crown for the king. And if my friend is a crown to the king, I'll have to look all the good points that my friend has and to look for it and to put it in that crown, because my friend is going to be given as a crown to the king. Remember, and you are the crown maker. You're going to make your friend a better crown with the better jewel, a better gem, a better good points. Judge him favorably. You saw that your friend made an avera. So judge him favorably. He forgot. He didn't know. He was forced. Whatever. Look under the carpet to find a good point or a point of merit for your friend. Judge him favorably, because all Am Yisrael are a keter. They are crowned for the king. As our sages of blessed memory have instructed us and taught us, judge everyone favorably. And when we judge everyone favorably, we make him a crown, and he is a crown which is going to be given to the king. So good luck to all of us. It's a beautiful job. We're going to learn something from the Parsha, the Torah, the Chamisha Chumshei Torah. But in this week's Parsha, we are actually having a very interesting. Rachel is mysterious, right? Rachel is being. Wait, where's my notes? Here. So Rachel, we're going to see the phrase number chapter 36, pasuk 17. So Yaakov Avinu is finished the battle with Esav, And he and his whole family are going back to their land, and Rachel is giving birth to Binyamin, her younger child. And they come to the way to Efrat. There's a place where we know Efrat, and by Kever, it's right close by Kever Rachel, and over there, Rachel is having a child, birth difficulty, and as she's having so much difficulty by giving birth, so the doula, the lady who's with her, who supports her birth, says, "Don't worry, it is a son that you have, Gam Zelach Ben." And then by he betzeis nafsha, and our Rachel, Mama Rachel, is giving her soul. Her soul goes out because she dies at the childbirth. Kimesa, as she dies, Vatikra Shmo Ben Oni. She named the baby Ben Oni, son of my strength, because my strength, my koach, my life went out when this child came to the world. But his father called him Binyamin. Yaakov changed the name that Rachel called, and he called him Binyamin. I saw the midrash that, and it's just an optional opinion that I thought of. It's not something that's necessarily true, but with every one of the 12 tribes that we have, the family of Yaakov, with every tribe was born also a twin girl. So Yehuda, Issachar, Levi, Shimon, they all were born with a baby, with a twin girl, a twin sister. Binyamin was born with 2 twin sisters. So I thought, maybe, because Rachel, the simple meaning that Rachel had 3 babies, and she might not have been as strong or as great or big, and 3 babies is a challenge. So perhaps because of that, but again, it's only an option. I'm not saying it's the right thing. But Kever Rachel is definitely a place to be, or to ask yourself to be, or to pray that soon we're going to get back to that. Come to Kever Rachel and pray over there. It's a very dear place, Kever Rachel. Whoever comes to Israel in your next visit, make sure, try to make your effort to come to Kever Rachel. It's one of the beautiful, emotional places that from my perspective is they can have. But everyone is connected to different tzaddikim. And again, we came to the end of the 18 minutes of Shabbos inspiration. Thank you again for everyone for coming. And I wish you all good Shabbos. And remember, we should look only for the good points, right, in everyone. And that, by getting into that technique of looking for the good points that people have, the immediate result, the immediate second step is that we're going to start looking for the good points we have. And instead of looking how wrong we are, how bad we are, how we missed it up here, we missed it there, we should never be an expert in the job of finding the waste that we have. No, the work is to find how good we are, how special we are. And remember, it's a boiler. Now we have to be away, not to make boiler on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, not to look at the bad points we have, just to look at the good points we have, and to judge ourselves favorably for mistakes we've done, and to judge and to just look for the good things, because we're full of jewels, we're full of good. And if we can't find good enough points within ourselves, go ahead, ask your friends. Sincerely, go to your friend in the morning, say, tell me something good about myself. I'm having a little difficulty. So and the list is going to be very long, trust me. So, Shabbos, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. And thank you to Hashem.
Shabbat shalom u'mevorach.
Shabbat shalom, mevorach.
Shabbos, Rabbi.
Shabbos,
Shabbos,
Mitch.
Yeah. A lichte
Mr. Koya.
Go ahead.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, good Shabbos.